I want to say right away that I don't suffer from hallucinations or other mental disorders. Recently at night, I woke up to the sound of what seemed like a cat scratching at the door. But I don't have a cat, and at the same time, I could barely see anything. My eyes were literally stuck together, something that had never happened before. Tearing my eyes open with my hands, I noticed a young woman, about 25 years old, in the room. She was barely visible and seemed somehow translucent. Catching my surprised gaze, she pointed with her index finger at the ceiling and disappeared, as if stepping right into my cabinet. I was very scared, jumped out of bed, and ran to the kitchen. I turned on the light and grabbed a knife. I sat there for about 20 minutes, not knowing what to expect. Soon someone started knocking on the door. I opened it. It turned out to be the neighbors from downstairs, who claimed I was flooding them. I replied that I didn't have any leaks. In the end, we went upstairs to the apartment right above mine. The door to that apartment was slightly ajar. Going inside, we found a girl in the bathroom, and water from the overflowing tub was pouring onto the floor. We were unable to save her. I had long heard that some people sewed charms in the form of dolls with their own hands. The dolls were faceless. Our ancestors believed that an evil spirit could not inhabit such a doll. It would not bring misfortune into the house. Last year, misfortune found me everywhere. The year turned out to be unsuccessful, especially the summer. So, at the end of June this year, I sat down to do needlework. The weather turned out to be cold and drizzly. Cool drops often flew in through the open window, falling on the preparations for the amulet. The work went slowly, requiring care. At the end, I sewed hair to the doll and straightened it. The talisman was ready. During the work, I mentally spoke with her, asking her to help me, protect me from troubles and adversity. A few days after making the amulet, my friends and I decided to go relax in nature. I took the doll with me. My friends chose the place to relax. We stopped at an old lake with the loud name, Black Waters. There used to be a plant nearby that dumped waste into the water. But the plant was closed, the water was purified, and the name remained. The place is wonderful. Transparent water, pebbles, warm earth. And over the water hung the branches of a huge weeping willow. We set up our camp under one of them. The guys swam and had fun in the water, but I didn't want to swim. And you know, it's a strange feeling that something is wrong. I had that feeling that day. I sunbathed in the sun. I didn't want the water at all. The sun tired me out, and I fell asleep. I slept for a long time until evening, woke up already in the tent. I quietly crawled out, took a deep breath of fresh and cool air, opened my eyes, and froze mid-breath. 2 meters from me sat a real mermaid. Her hair fell down her back in a heavy wave. Her tail lay in the water. She sat and looked at me. Her face is not visible. Her eyes only shine emeralds in the dark. She reaches out her hand and beckons me to her. I go as if spellbound, reaching out to her myself. I almost touched her, but only bumped into an invisible wall. And I hear a faint whisper, "You should throw away that doll, or I'll have to leave. Throw away this doll." That's when the film lifted from my eyes. Sitting in front of me is not a mermaid at all, but an old woman with horns. She squeezes a fish in her hands, touches me with a shaggy hand, but wants to take me away with her, and the amulet burns my other hand, as if I'm holding hot coals. The witch spat water and strode into the bushes. The guys ran up at the scream, but not everyone. One was missing. He remained sleeping by the fire. We quickly gathered all our things and went to the police. The witch now comes to me in my sleep every day. She says she will come when I lose my amulet somewhere.